Ivan Toney, transfer hint. It's huge, coming in from a close source that is really reliable about his future, coming in from TalkSport, and he's really one of those players that many believe he's obviously going to be crossing from Brentford to another team in the January transfer window. And we're here to discuss about Granit Xhaka and how he's going to have to play in his first spell at the Bayern Leverkusen, where he's managed by the man Xabi Alonso, formerly a player at Liverpool and Real Madrid. Gundogan has gone ahead to give Pep Guardiola his flowers, and here we come to obviously have something to say about this. Smash the like button, comment and share if at all you're watching us for the very first time. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Subscribe to this channel. Remember, we are left with just I think is it like 20 subscribers to hit 18,000 subscribers, and I would love this to happen today. I would love it to happen today, and hope you guys are really ready to take us to where we deserve to be. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims will come back from the mosques, and everyone who keeps it a point to obviously be on this channel, continue to show us the love. Now, Ivan Toney is really one of those players that is being looked at by very many clubs in the January transfer window, and there is a story coming in from TalkSport that states Brentford are confident star striker Ivan Toney will sign a new contract. The Bees are adamant they will not sell Ivan Toney in the upcoming January transfer window. Now, you know, every time you're out of a position of strength, like Brentford, you don't have a say. Why am I saying that? Ivan Toney has his contract running down until 2025, meaning that after the January transfer window, he'll be left with 1 year on his contract. So, with him being 27 years of age and not having played half of the season, Brentford have nothing to do apart from cashing in. They have to do that. However much they're adamant that the man will sign a new contract, I don't say Ivan Toney signing a new contract, because when you sign a new contract, it's like you're obviously nailing yourself at Brentford, because Brentford will ask in for what we call abnormal money. You know, we've seen this manager before saying that Ivan Toney is worth £100 million, and I would admit, if at all he had gone ahead to obviously play this season, like the first half of the season, he would have gone ahead to really put himself in that ilk of £100 million price, if at all he had gone ahead to score more goals. And no doubt about him would have gone ahead to obviously score those goals, because he has shown us that he could score those goals, and he is the most important player at Brentford, and Brentford plays on his energies. Now, when you're Brentford, all what you have to do is simple: accept the money coming in. I was reading where he came in through. They signed him from Petersburg, and at how much? They signed him for I think £5.6 million. That's the amount of money Brentford went ahead to purchase the player. Now, if you can get £60 million from this player, why do you hesitate? Why do you hesitate? I think it's better you sold off him, because that money, when you get in, you can obviously prepare very well for your summer transfer window, because for Brentford, they're known at getting players on the cheap, and obviously sell them expensively. If you look at David Raya, who is at Arsenal, they're going to make a profit of like £20 million out of him. That is it. That's the amount of money they are going to make from him, because he is really one of those players that has gone ahead to obviously put up a show at the side of Brentford, and is now playing at Arsenal. A deal is worth £30 million, and trust me, they got him less than £3 or £4 million. So for Ivan Toney, if I'm Brentford, I would rather go and obviously sell him. But it will leave what we call a worrying gesture for the side of Arsenal. Why? Arsenal are one of the teams that are going to have to be linked to Ivan Toney, and they're not going to hate to obviously get the deal of this man done and dusted. And that is none other than David Raya. So, if the deal of David Raya is not yet done and dusted, how do you go ahead and provoke them and try to sweet talk Ivan Toney? It looks like they want him to stay, to put pen to paper, such that they can get more money out of him. But the duration left on his contract doesn't guarantee them to get like £100 million from Ivan Toney, given that he has not been playing the last 6 months. And every club that is really wise should use this time to obviously put in an effort. Remember, Ivan Toney scored 20 goals last season in 33 Premier League games. So he's really a hot asset, but his suspension that came in through after he was found guilty by the betting case is really still stopping him from obviously playing the game of football. And he returned his training with Brentford for the last 1.5 months, and he doesn't want to renew his contract. And I don't know whether Thomas Frank can convince him to sign a new contract, because he believes this is the time for him to obviously shine, and he wants to go to the Euros. And what a better way to obviously either go to Manchester United, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, or Chelsea. If at all he goes to one of those teams, then his chances to play in the Euros are obviously going to be huge, because these teams will obviously give him a very good settling ground, and when he comes in through, he'll obviously become the best of himself and really get the spotlight that he really likes. When you look at how Brentford are really doing without him, they are struggling. That is it. They are missing out on a centre forward of a caliber of Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney is really tall, physical, is clinical. I'm gonna hate to see how he finishes, and he is that kind of striker that you can have as a different striker. Like you see, likes of Arsenal, they're very much interested in Ivan Toney for that purpose. So for Ivan Toney transfer conundrum, it's obviously heating up, and we don't know exactly how it's going to end up, because when you look at a man like Thomas Frank, he wouldn't like to lose him, but he could sell him in the summer. That is it. But for these first 6 months of the year 2024, he wouldn't like to lose Ivan Toney. But that's the case, and we don't know whether Ivan Toney is going to put pen to paper. But if he doesn't, I think that affects his price, because he's not a Harry Kane. Harry Kane was left with money on his contract, and he found himself earning or being sold at 100 million plus of money. So after that, let's go to Granit Xhaka and what he has gone ahead to do in his first 3-4 months at Borussia Dortmund, having left Arsenal and now is in Germany. He said, we are being told that Granit Xhaka has played more final third passes, 127, and more progressive passes, 110, than any player in Europe's top 5 leagues so far this season. Brain of Xabi Alonso's wonderful team and Swiss international team cap holder with 119 appearances. Now, when you look at everything that this guy's going to have to put up onto the field of play, you have no reason to doubt his capabilities as Granit Xhaka. It shows you what exactly Alonso wanted, that he obviously got what he wanted. Xabi Alonso was really this kind of manager who went in for this guy, and the guy is obviously proving him right, that you got the right player to come in through and obviously do the job for you here at your club. Because when you look at that 127 progressive passes or final third passes, it's really huge for a player like Granit Xhaka. And kudos, all flowers should be given to none other than Mikel Arteta, as Arteta went ahead and changed the position of this man from being a central defensive midfielder and being an attack-minded midfielder. Like, he turned him into a box-to-box player, and that's why you saw to it that he has gone ahead to turn into a player that he is. And I think that's what attracted Xabi Alonso to obviously coming through and sign him. And there's been so much pivotal to the side of Bayern Leverkusen. And when you look at the table of the Bundesliga, the Bundesliga, when you look at the table, obviously they are really in a pole position as Bayern Leverkusen. They are topping the table. They've gone ahead to play 11 games. They've gone ahead to win 10, and they've drawn 1, 0 losses. They've gone ahead to score 34 goals, 10 goals conceded, a goal difference of 24, and they're having 31 points. And Bayern is second with 29 points. It shows you the power of Granit Xhaka and how he has gone ahead to obviously mold around lots of things. And it's like a juggernaut is being built with the likes of his teammates like Boniface, Witz, Hoffman, Palacios, Alex Grimaldo, Frimpong, in that system of 3-4-2-1 that Xabi Alonso really loves more. So this guy is obviously continuing to make wonders in Germany, and I found it important to come in and really drop it for you because it is really important. And lastly, let's see what Ilkay Gundogan is going to say about Pep Guardiola. He said, recently, I visited Pep at his home in Barcelona and we talked. He said that if me or my family needed anything in Barcelona, I could always contact him. So we all know that Pep Guardiola is a born and bred of Barcelona, and they had a very good understanding with Ilkay Gundogan. He was the captain of Manchester City. He led them to the treble that they won last year, and he's really a sober guy. So it shows you the connection these two really had and what Pep Guardiola felt for this player, because he signed him when he was really injured, and he came in throughout Man City when he was still on the crutches, but Pep went ahead to sign him. And Ilkay Gundogan is now playing for Barcelona, and Pep Guardiola has everything in Barcelona. And he told him, if at all you feel like anything, if at all you feel like you want anything from my home, you can obviously pass around. That is Ilkay Gundogan, and he's trying to obviously try to settle up in Barcelona. That is Ilkay Gundogan for you. So those are the 3 stories I had for you. Second video of the day, and more are yet to come. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and now I call in for your reactions about Ivan Toney transfer hit. The conundrum is really up for Ivan Toney because his team is calling in for him to sign a new contract with 18 months left on his contract, or 20 months. Ivan Toney doesn't want to sign because he might lose out on the teams that really want to sign him. So if you are Ivan Toney, would you sign a new contract now, or you obviously wait and get sold in the January transfer window, as we've been told that he doesn't want to obviously sign anything like a new contract there. He wants to move. What do you think about Granit Xhaka's performance in his first quarter at Bayern Leverkusen, and the friendship of Pep Guardiola and Granit Xhaka? May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. After subscribing, hit the notification bell. I'm out.